Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Centered Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. So, a little glitch, nothing major. It looks like maybe Debra got her times a little wonky because that's never happened to me. So, I thought we'll start the show, and she is going to join us as soon as she can. And until then, you get me. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your afternoon with me, with us. Once Debra gets here, I'm really looking forward to reading with her, and especially to be able to use the Clarity Tarot deck, which she is the creator of. So, nothing like working with the person who developed what they were doing. So anyway, Sherry, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Oh, that's too bad. But you're here. You're here, able to join us in the chat. So hello, Karen Doyle. Nice to see you here. And I'm just double checking to see if I have anything else. Back when you know what? Years ago, I remember doing that. I remember putting my back out as I was reaching into a drawer to get some socks. And I heard it. I heard it and I felt it. And it was like, oh, you've got to be kidding. So yeah, I feel your pain, girlfriend. That's never, ever, ever good. And hey, Sherry, Trancing with Spirit. For those of you who are not familiar, Sherry will be joining me at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time this evening. And we're going to be doing she's going to be doing some Akashic record readings. And I'm just going to be doing, what the cards and the intuition and all that good stuff. So that is the plan for this evening. Looking forward to that one as well. I think it's going to be a good time. I really, really do. And hi, BJ's Esoteric. Hello. I'm checking all over the place because I had to turn my phone off, or the volume on and off. So I don't always know, what's going on here and where I need to look. And oh my goodness gracious. Okay, give me a second while I check the email. All righty. Okay, so I think I may have sent her the wrong invite to boot. Can you believe that? Okay, let's copy that. And there we go. There we go. Yeah, so Cosmic Blue, hello. Welcome. Okay. Oh, I did. She just sent me a text. Yes, I sent her the wrong link. So Sherry, I may have to double check the link that I send you to make sure that it is the right one, because apparently I sent her the link to 5 p.m. for you and I. Welcome to Regular Tuesday. Oh, and here she is. Hey,
I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. I sent you the wrong link.
No, I think I got the time wrong too. You said mountain time.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you're here.
I'm so glad you're flexible. Thank you, Lord.
You know what? Like I said in the beginning to the folks, I said, yeah, you know what? You kind of, you mixed up on the time. And I said, it's not like I've never done that.
No.
I mean,
I know.
we all have. We
Thank
all
you
have.
so much. You're so gracious. I appreciate you.
Ah, no problem. Thank you. Thank you. I was saying as well how I'm really looking forward to reading, especially using your deck because I really, really like the deck. It's wonderful. So,
I'm gonna
all right, for
yeah.
for those of you that are here, say hello to Debra from Grow
Thank
Your
you.
Light.
Thank you
So,
so
Debra,
much.
you're more than
Yes,
welcome. What's been happening? You got news.
I do have news. I'm just gonna stream to my audience if you don't mind.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
So
You
live.
yeah, you do
Sorry,
that.
I'm so
No. And while you do that, um, I'm just gonna chat with the folks a
Mhm.
little bit and say, how many of you
Hi.
are watching or listening for all the updates that are coming from the immunity trial, and or at least the talking points
Are
of
you
the.
listening to that?
Yes, I'm catching the little snippets here and there, and oh my goodness, Trump's lawyers are literally bending themselves over backwards into pretzel-like positions, trying to say, no, he's got immunity. And it's funny because one of the judges specifically said, okay, so under this immunity thing, if Trump was um, to send in SEAL Team 6 to assassinate an opponent, is that okay? What it could be anyway. He's just trying very hard to, well, the Constitution and da da da. And she's saying, look, it's simple. Is This is a yes or no question?
Mm-hmm.
Well, um, yes, but with reservation, or yes, but with something else. Anyway, and I thought, man,
Yeah.
oh man,
Well, like what I said on the my comments page, if they find that he is immune to all crime, then Biden can stay in office forever.
exactly,
I
exactly,
mean, what's good for the goose?
rightly
Gosh.
so. And Biden could very easily say, "Oh yeah, you know what? All that looking into my son and what that's over. That's over. That's done."
Mm-hmm.
Right? And yes, we're going to have an election in November, which I'm going to win. Um, and I'm just going to declare that I am the leader until such time as I choose to leave. And by the
Or pass
way,
it on to my sons. Pass it on to my
yes,
sons. Yeah, the family.
yes, and if you disagree with me, there is a group of people who are going to knock on your door, and they're going to ask you to join them for a little car ride.
Yeah,
I mean,
helicopter ride.
yes, yeah. So I think this is just it's laughable. It's
It is.
laughable. If someone wrote this as a story, you'd say, "Oh, come on, no one's going to
But
read
you know
that."
what? I got to tell you, the reason why everyone's fixated on this is because our federal or our court system failed us. Remember the emolument clause when he got
Yes.
all those gifts and stuff. Our government didn't do anything about it. He was in,
No.
I think he was in office at the time. So but that makes me sad that there wasn't independent, that so many people just bent to him. And but it's a good thing that it's happening this absurdly.
Yes.
Everything's so absurd because
Yeah.
even the young people who will be voting for the first time can see there's some problems, and
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. You
and
you
they're
you
they're
don't have
pitching
to be
in.
a rocket scientist to see that there's something wrong here.
Yeah.
And which is the reason that, please, folks, and you've heard me say this over and over and over again, you have to go out and vote, and you have to take friends with you to vote. You have to vote blue up and down the ticket, even if there's somebody that is representing the Democrats that maybe you're just, I don't know. Do not throw your vote away by going independent or voting for someone that third party or whatnot, because one of the readings that I did talked about the 14th Amendment and or was it no, it was the 12th Amendment, sorry. And about how if Biden doesn't get a clear absolute victory, then what happens is the 12th Amendment kicks in and it goes to Congress, which coincidentally is currently controlled by the Republicans, and they get to immediately pick a president.
But after the election, isn't there a new Congress? Which Congress votes?
The current, because the new ones may be elected, but they're not sworn in.
Oh, you're right.
So, so this is a roundabout way to get in there. So please get out there, vote blue, give the Democrats the opportunity to have the House, the Congress, the Senate, so that some of the work in the US can actually get done.
Plus, that the student loan stuff that couldn't get through, that somehow he's magically putting into motion. Biden is. If you want your student loan considered for a change in your life, a change for the better in your life, even if you're in school now, taking loans out now, consider voting blue.
Yes.
The whole way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Talk about,
it doesn't mean that, if you've got student loans right now that you're applying for because you are still in school, okay, maybe those loans when you're done aren't going to be forgiven. However, given the opportunity to revamp the system, maybe down the line, when you take out a loan for $10,000 and by the time you graduate, they send you a letter saying, by the way, you'll now owe $120,000, right? I understand the need to, it's a loan, you make interest, but let's not have usury type fees. Interest on interest on interest on interest. And yeah. So those are things to consider. Get out there and vote. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I don't know where I put my little sheet, but for a little bit of self promotion here.
Yay!
For those of you that are still interested, I had these stickers made. I think I've got like 47 sets left. And I am selling them at $7.50 for the set, shipping, postage, whatever included. Okay. So here's the first one. And it says, don't let history repeat itself in 2024. And I'll tell you what the different things say if you can't read it. It says, and this is based on 2016. Okay, this came out in 2016 after the election, when it said 65 plus million voted Democrat, 62.9 million voted Republican, and 108 million better start to give a shit.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So there's this one, and then the other one is hold on. This one says, if you think voting doesn't matter, talk to someone who has never been given the privilege.
The privilege. Oh my gosh, that's so true. We are so spoiled here. Oh my gosh, we've made a mess of it. The
I know.
entitlement and everything. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yeah. And I can't believe how many
Mm.
people take voting for granted, when it's so important. So
I
anyway,
know.
if you are interested in purchasing a set or two or three, send me an email at heartcentertarot@outlook.com, and I'll send you the details. That way I can get your mailing address and whatnot. And payment is easy, PayPal. There you go. I mean, it couldn't be simpler.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There we go. So quickly, just going to say hello to artists.
Yes.
Gina's Place, Fatima. Hello, Sonia Panola. Bora
Bye,
Bora.
Bora
Hey,
Bora.
Janet.
Sonia.
Hey, Sharon. Strawberry Rhubarb Tarot. Fleck is here. Alexis. Claudia from
Hey.
Cat Moment Who Drop In. Cynthia Smith. Melba Amos. Teresa Ford. I already mentioned Sherry. Louisa M. BJ's Esoteric Musings. Yes. Sherry is here. Mary Thornberry. Teresa Ford. So thank you, Cosmic Blue Avian. Thank you all for joining us. And yeah, so this is kind of interesting. So I had mentioned, and then I asked you a question, and then I kind of went squirrel.
What was the question? I squirreled out too. And I didn't catch it.
I said you've got news. You've got things that are happening with the deck, which is
It's going into its second printing.
Yay.
With new and improved, better stock, card stock and everything. That is one thing. The language rights have been sold. I didn't have anything to do with it. The publishing company did, to Russia, of all places.
Oh.
And so the book and everything's going to be in Russian. I bet you Putin does tarot in his Should we bomb? You know
what?
I'd hate to have mine in the Kremlin, but it's an odd country to be soliciting the language rights. But I'll show you the deck when I get it.
Oh,
and then I'm just editing the second time for my new book that's coming out the end of this year, close to the end. And it's going to tie everything together. Anybody who just wants to have, Sherry, voices from, thank you. Anybody who wants to pull this together, you learn bits and pieces. And when you learn a new tool, it's like a solitary gig. You learn tarot that way. But this is going to pull it all together, so you can do some good reading. Russia, very big on anything Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that, Joe.
They are. And there's a lot of the European countries are, especially the Slavic language countries. They really, really are, because one of the things that communism did is it kind of took away people's ability to kind of use their voice. So using cards and reading cards for entertainment purposes only is something that they can do to share messages and so on. But it was, oh my gosh. Yeah, it was very, the coffee cup reading, I think, originated, right? In the European countries and so on. So yes, they certainly would be.
Yeah, that's news to me. Thank you, Joe, for bringing that up, and you for clarifying. And Sonia, thanks so much. She
Yeah.
said, "Wow, congratulations."
Yeah,
Oh, thank you so much. That's
absolutely.
sweet.
And
I
hello,
really
Michelle
appreciate
from
you.
Astrological Tarot. Uh,
Oh, that's right. I'm
mhm.
sorry. Yes, yes. Cosmic Blue Avian.
Yeah,
Russia has been using remote viewing and psychics. That is so true before
yeah.
World War II. They're very superstitious. I remember now. Gosh, collect. I love our tribe. I
I
how we
know.
connect the
I
dots.
know. Sharing the
Yeah.
info.
Yeah.
And Sonia says, Marina, do you have one as well? A deck? Absolutely.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank
And
you. Thank
yeah,
you.
when we kind of get into the readings, totally. I will be using the deck because like I said,
Awesome.
who better to discuss the deck with than the person who created it.
Well, thank you. And you know what we could do is ask people who do have a deck if they have any questions about it,
Yes.
or if they want some homework on how to do
Absolutely.
a reading. If
Yes.
anybody has a question, please ask. No question is too little bitty, itty bitty at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to grab my deck so I can
And
show you something.
yeah, or Rose Blue says, yeah, Water Bandita, Queen of Cups. She reads the Taza Cup, which is it's very much the same thing as the coffee cup reading that I'm familiar with, which is it's like a Turkish coffee, very very fine
Oh yeah.
grounds, right? And it's not a big cup, it's a smaller cup, and you sip it while you're contemplating your question and so on. And then when you get down to the bottom, there's always a whole lot of grounds that make it down to the bottom, right? And then you hand the cup over to the person who's doing the reading, and they will then swirl it around, okay, turn it upside down on the plate. They rotate it, if I remember correctly, they rotate it 3 times, and then they just let it sit there for a while. And then when they open it, the coffee grounds spread throughout the cup, and they go up the sides, down the sides of the cup, and they use that to divine and to read things, and it's amazing how accurate they are.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah.
Has anyone there was a question here. Excuse me. Thank you, Joe, for having my deck on your wish list. But did you create a deck by chance, Marina?
I do have a deck that I did create a number of years ago. I use it strictly when I'm doing personal readings and whatnot.
Mhm.
I'm not quite ready to put it out there. So
Understood.
yeah,
Understood.
it's still kind
It's
of
so personal when you create it yourself. It's so
yes,
personal that you just
yes,
want to keep it for yourself. True.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, I fought this. When I started to get the message to make your own deck, my
Oh,
attitude was like, "Oh yeah, right, sure," like no, no, no. Until finally, it was like a petulant child. It was fine then, fine, I'll
yeah.
do it, and you'll see, it'll turn out to be crap, and blah 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 blah.
I'll
Well,
just
that
show you.
exactly, yeah. So
That's funny.
yeah, I still hold it very, very dear to my heart. And it's a very rudimentary deck in that it's not, the drawings or things on it aren't, well, to me, they're not that great. But the important part is the message,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. When I
That's right.
read it, it puts out a message. But I have been thinking about maybe
That's
doing
good.
an oracle deck, maybe something that
Mhm.
would be a little humorous.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
So
There's another divination tool. I'm wondering if Dawn, Yepes is here. She's a friend of mine. Sometimes she pops in when I do lives, but she does milk readings. Have you heard of milk readings? It's odd.
No.
So we were at an event and she decided to do milk readings, and you have to look it up online, but you have to keep the milk cold. You have a shallow bowl, a bowl, and you pour the milk
Yes.
in, and the person you're reading for has the colors, what do you call it? The food coloring.
Right.
And they choose whatever color they want. And then there's something she puts into the water that makes it come alive, and it becomes, and as it moves, it's like a video where the tea is just stationed on one spot. This is like a video movie. It's
Oh,
wild.
wow.
And I think it's soap or Dawn soap or something that
Yeah.
does it. And I think it has to be whole milk. So I don't know. That's something to throw out. But there's a lot of different things, organic things that you can use. Throwing stones, assign, have a bunch of stones and assign a meaning to the blue one and the red one and separate, and then
Yes.
and the one and toss it on the table. The one closest to you is your message. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
In many ways.
Yeah, they're tools. Because we all have that intuitive ability. It's just a matter of practice. That's all it is, right? And yeah, different tools for different things, and whatever resonates with you, that's what you go with.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do the traditional,
right? And you can do right. You can kind of meditate on it, and things will come to life. That's why I've got so many different ways to read the tarot, and one of them you're going to pick up, but then you can do your own as well. Yeah, Cynthia was there saying something. Russia historically, instability stems from
yes, very much
harsh climate. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, very, very much. And okay, I'm just
what?
Oh, and Leah wants Fleck wants to know if you can get her on your channel. That would be interesting.
Thank you. I'm at Grow Your Light, and then with Debra Zakon. So, but if she wants to come on my channel, or can you get?
If your friend who reads the milk, yeah.
Oh, yes. I'll bring her on if she's up for it. She's a darling, and she'll be able to do that. And I guess we could do it remotely. So you can say, do you want this color? Drip, drip, drip. You want this color? And then see what happens. And I'll hold the camera so you can see the movie.
Totally. And Cosmic Blue says she can read Turkish coffee. Yes. Yeah. I've had it done a couple times, and it blows your mind at how accurate these are. And let me see. Organic. Oh, she says, that it makes sense because organic items have molecules, and molecules contain energy.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So many different ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. And I just want to scroll up here very quickly because someone had asked, why don't I just go to the questions that I started? Cosmic Blue Avian is curious on let me put it up here.
Okay.
I'm curious what advice you have for me to put together my decision, have the original art. I don't know how to print them. Can I email you? Oh, she's talking about creating. Yeah, creating her.
So it's a card deck. Yeah, sure. You can go to Printer's Studio. You can go to Game Cards.
Yeah.
Upload them there, and then you get a real card deck out of it. Beautiful color.
Yeah.
And
exactly. Or
now there are, I'm sorry, but there I forgot. You can sell the digital download of that. So if you had 78 or Oracle deck or something available without you investing a dime, you can start earning money from that creation, and people would download it and make their own deck or print it out on
Yeah.
paper or something like that. There's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And then the other way, if you want Cosmic Blue, is just do what I did. I went on Amazon.com and I ordered plain white playing cards.
Yep.
And then I just drew on them with Sharpie because it didn't bleed and all that. And that's where my deck comes from. So,
Mm-hmm.
if you're at all creative, absolutely you can do that.
Also, you can solicit your deck. That's what we did with the Clarity Tarot. Solicit it to publishers, and my publisher is through Schiffer Publishing, and it's an offshoot. It's called Red Feather, and that's the Mind, Body, Spirit portion of the printing, of the marketing and all that stuff. But if you go with a publisher, then your item isn't all over the world, and not just on Amazon, but everywhere. And
absolutely,
you get a contract, and then you have to wait for everything perfect.
Yeah. So Cosmic, absolutely. Email me at heartcentertarot@outlook.com. If you go down in the description of the video, the information will be there, as will link to Debra's site. And if you're interested in getting her Clarity Tarot deck, you can go to her site, and there's a spot there where you can purchase.
Yeah, it'll connect you to Amazon.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Amazon.com. I don't think it's in Amazon.ca yet, is it?
I don't know what CA is. Is that Canada?
Yeah, it's Canada.
It's everywhere. It's all over the world.
Oh,
I know. It's very fancy to get a distributor like that. That's
wow. Perfect. Oh, that is wonderful. Yeah, that is wonderful. Okay. So let me just put that away. And if any of you, if you do have questions about the Clarity deck that you would like us to answer, if you have questions about how using your psychic abilities and so on, we can take a look at that.
How many people read the tarot or trying to read the tarot? That's something we should ask.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. And so and if you do, just please make sure that you put the question in all caps, okay, so that it gets my attention, because I'm kind of like all over the place. When I'm a Libra, I'm an air sign, so I am very, very easily distracted by anything. So putting it in all caps gets my attention. I also want to ask, if you have already had a reading from anyone on any channel in the last 2 or 3 days, please give someone else a chance. Okay, so that they can, we don't want to get in the habit of kind of the same people getting readings. We need to expose other people to things, and so on. So there we go. Oh, yeah, Rose Blue says my rising sign is Libra. Well, there you go. All righty. All right, let me put this up there. So Amanda says, I am new to tarot to be a reader. My grandmother did them ever since I can remember. People would come from all over. When she died, my aunt burnt them.
Burned them, yeah.
That it's one of the one of the traditions that some of the folklore that goes around along with tarot reading is that, and way back in the day, if you wanted to read tarot, someone had to gift you the tarot deck.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
Remember?
You had to sleep with it under your pillow.
Yes, they do all kinds of
Some
gifts.
people still do. That's fine.
Yes. Yeah, it's connecting to the deck and so on. Well, okay, sorry, Leah, just starting your question. So, yeah, it was a way to connect with the deck, and you can, once you passed, yeah, it was tradition to burn the deck because it was yours. It was your tool, right? It wasn't something that could be passed on to someone else.
But that's
Right.
a ritual. But if
Yes.
it's fear, thrown away.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Leah says, I have been passed up. May I ask about Pi Day?
Pi Day.
What's the significance of that number? You mean January 9th? Or you mean pi as in 3.222? Yeah. If you can just, yeah, she says, I mean pi. Oh, 314. Okay.
So what you would do is just add them together. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the energy is 8. We're in an 8 universal year. So pi would be that. And that's the infinity sign, when it's laying down. So that's now the day itself. Is that March 14th? Is that what, because she said Pi Day, P-I Day.
Yeah. Yeah. It could also, I'm trying to figure out how it could work into January, like this year, for today's date, which doesn't really.
What's today's date? 9.
9, January 1, so 10, 10, 12, 14, 15, 17. It's still an 8. Yeah.
So how you figure out the energy of a single day is to add up the numbers of the day. 9 is the day. And then you add the January, the 1, and then you add the universal 8. And that will give you the number for this day. And this day is a 9 day. This is a really great day to tie up loose ends and do what you've already started, finish what you've started. Is on this day, you'll have the wind at your back. You can start new things just fine. But it's just like the momentum to tie up new things is really good for today. Tomorrow will be a 1, next day a 2. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. And Celtic Seer said, yeah, today is Pi Day. Okay. So Celtic Seer, you have a little more information on that than I do. So Leah wants to know the significance of Pi Day. So maybe you could share what you know, because that means we get to learn something new. Yay.
Yeah.
Totally. And so, okay. Now, let me get rid of that. Okay. Fleck would like to know, will General Powell be okay? Apparently, he's dealing with prostate cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So now here's the thing, Fleck. Ethically, we're not supposed to read on someone without their permission, right? But maybe what we can do is just get an impression of the energy around, right? Yeah. So, or General Powell, you mean Austin? Okay. I think Austin is right. Or hold on a sec. Hold on.
Hold your horses.
Yeah. Yeah, because I Austin. Yeah, it is Austin. Okay. So let's use our clarity deck and just kind of get an impression. You know what? If it feels good, it feels like dodging a bullet. That's what I had come in, was it dodging a bullet. So I think the energy is good.
Yeah, it's good. It looks like there's some, just like with anybody with a challenging diagnosis, you go through everything, and the timing wise, it looks like May, smooth sailing, right? So it's just a challenging time.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know what was going on with, people were talking bad about him, and I don't know why. For the life of me, I can't figure out why. And does anybody know why people were saying something like he should resign or something? Ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't done a whole lot of research on him, so I might have to, after we're done, I might have to go look him up just to see. But no, I you know what? I get that there is a plan in action, something that is, decisions were made. Here's the plan that is coming to fruition. And yeah, the emperor.
Oh, yeah, the institution. So
Yeah.
traditional, that would be, and I got the Hierophant for that one, because so the emperor is traditional corporation, medical corporation, all the corps, right?
Yeah.
Corporations, not corps people.
Yeah.
But the Hierophant has the same power, but it is for spiritual or traditional religion, all the different types. So what it tells us is that he's going through traditional means to get better, and it looks successful.
Yeah. And so apparently this is something, okay. All righty. So Republicans in the House want him to resign because he kept his hospital stay a secret. And then Joan Baker says he never notified the president of his hospitalization.
And that wouldn't be just an emergency. That would be a planned visit, which I can understand because we rely on him for many things.
Yes.
And if he was what president had to go in for a regular checkup, but he had to be sedated. And so he had the vice president take over for 15 minutes. But still,
yes, that was Biden. That was Biden, and Harris was, yeah. So yeah, okay. And just to get a little more, Joe says, I didn't get the hoo-ha. He went into the hospital for a minor procedure. Something went wrong, and he ended up in ICU. Okay, how do you, really, do you want to call your boss and say, hey, I'm going in for some blood work. I just needed you to know. Like, if you can't control if something goes wrong, right? Yeah. So yeah, he took responsibility. Well, and his staff was prepped. He didn't tell people he was in the hospital. Well, okay. So if you end up in ICU, that's not something that you can plan for, right? And do you want to let people know about every single little procedure that you're going through just in case, worst case
Yeah,
scenario.
Jimmy Carter did that. Jimmy Carter, God bless him. Jimmy Carter would notify the president or the office that he's going out of the country, and he just was by the book. What a stand-up guy. Just an amazing man.
Yeah.
Amazing
Absolutely. Man. So yeah, this is just something that he's going to be fine. And the Republicans who are angry and want him to resign, remember, are the same people who are telling you that, if Trump is elected, he's not going to turn into a dictator. They're the same people that are looking for evidence of Joe Biden's conspiracy inside of Hunter Biden's laptop.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, take it with a huge.
Joe says his next in charge was on holidays and didn't let anyone know for 3 days. Now that I don't like, because that means I'm not just going in for a blood test and then faint and have to be hospitalized. I'm going to Hawaii and I know it, or something like that. That's wrong. Thank you for that information.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So, yeah, maybe his next in charge did know, but yeah, being on holiday, no, that you're right. That's kind of that's a thing that I would want to discuss with my next in charge and say, well, you know what, I'm going in for a procedure, probably nothing, but let's just make sure that everyone's here, right? So, and on the other side too, that tells me that the procedure really was, they didn't anticipate in any way, shape, or form that there would be any complications, anything would come up, because nobody seemed to be worried about it. I'm sure that if there was any possibility, that they would have put people in place.
Yeah, he would have done that.
Yeah.
He would have done that.
There you go.
Celtic Seer says, what is interesting that 2024 is a universal 8 year, and all for everybody. Yes.
Yes.
The whole world is on 8 universal year. And then 2025 will be the 9. Yes. And you can follow the lineage if you don't mind me taking a moment.
No, of course not.
When it goes in 9-year cycles, and there's much more to this than this, but it will give you an idea. Like Trump, when he came down the elevator, that was his 1 personal year. And so what happens is that means that his previous year, before he came down the elevator to announce, he was giving up what just didn't work for him anymore, which was to not be president. So he did what he had to do and declared. So he declared that he's running. And then I think the 2 personal year was all that collaboration, handshake, hiring people to promote him, and then going around town and all that stuff. That was the negotiation. The 3 personal year is when he got creative. Now he is in office in his 3rd personal year, and that's where he was going, doing the Rocket Man, and he's just going outside because he could. He got a taste of that. And then a 4 personal year is when you have to tie up loose ends, just like a 9, but it's quietly. It's like you really have to do the work now. You really have to get to work, and that's COVID.
Yeah.
COVID hit. He denied the work. 5, which was like 5s are changes, but you don't have the control over the change. Life creates a situation you adapt to, which of course, loser Trump is so good at adapting that change. He's a 4 life path. Anyway, so his 4th and 5th personal year was all that pandemic stuff. The 6th was the denial, all that stuff. Well, it goes into last year, 2023 was his 9 personal year, all the way from 6 to 9. Life was showing him things that didn't work for him, that he has to be quiet. He has to say he's sorry. right? And
Yep.
he couldn't do it. So this year is his one personal year, which means he gets his choice of orange jumpsuits, and he's going to be in court and all those things he never really did before.
Yep.
So that's how you sum up, the years. And it's fun. If you had like this year, whatever your personal year is, go back 9 years, right? The whole season, and see what your life was like. And you'll find amazing, just like astrology, amazing behavior. But with numerology, you just get to witness this. And
it's a progression, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a progression, and it's long-term progression, so that it gives you something that you can gauge things by, right? Because you have that whole year that you can look back on and say, oh yeah, okay, that I get that. I get that.
Yeah. Because every year has a request of you to learn something new. And at the beginning of the year, if you know what's coming, your life is so awesome the whole year.
Exactly, because you're kind of going with the flow instead of fighting against it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what needs to be done. So, hello, Pirat, who has just joined us as we heal each other. Nice to see you here. Okay, let me see if we do have. All right, that will be, and that will be. That will be, and okay. So Sonia would like to know, do you see what my gifts are? I'm a Libra rising as well.
I can do the numbers and share with you the gifts. So if you can just pop in your birth date, I'll go ahead and tell you what you were born to do.
There you go. There you go. You guys want to know what you were born to do? Then type in. Now, what is it? Is it the full month, day, year?
Month, day, and year.
Month, day, and year.
We're doing Sonia first.
Yeah.
Because what it is that you come down to the planet, as we all know, we have blueprints and all that stuff, and we don't know what our passion is. A lot of times we don't know what our purpose is, because what we do well, we assume others do well too. And it's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true. So, so the full birth date with the year, your birth year, and everything is your life path number, which never changes, it stays your whole life. And then there's Sonia's.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We got stuff coming in. Good.
Okay. I'm just going to do Sonia's real quick here. So the personal year changes with every calendar year in a cycle of 9. And Sonia, your personal year is 5, which is awesome. And because that's going to tell me what life is going to offer you in alignment with your gifts. So now I'm going to add up your full birthday. 9. Oh, wow. And you are a 30, which reduces down to a 3. Very creative. A wit, a quick wit, fun everywhere. You tend to. Now, this might not be you. If this doesn't align with who you are, that might be because you've been conditioned to do something else, and that's why you're not feeling fulfilled. But oh boy, if you allow yourself to do the creative parts in your life, to be able to free think and all of that stuff, you're going to have the best life. But mainly, you are a casual kind of person. Let's just move on through this, and we'll all hold hands and we'll get through it together, that type of thing. So being an advisor would be great. Being an illustrator or create books and things, anything that's creative. You could write your books, write ebooks, which are very easy to produce. What do I write about? Well, you write about your incredible life, because with this life path number, you have had very unique synchronicities, very unique situations. And if you want to write fiction, that's fine. But as long as you're creating, you feel grounded in the world. And so the more you do that, and a 5 personal year for 2024 means that life is going to offer you scenarios on the outside of you. All of a sudden, a friend will come up. I'm not making this up, this for fun, but as an example. But a friend will come up and say, "Hey, let's go to paint and sip." I don't know, something creative, right? And you've never been before. That's when you start saying yes to everything. And life is going to, give you these different pathways to express your creativity. So if you're in a funk, go to paint and sip, where you drink your wine and paint. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Or stand-up comedy. You could do that too, Sonia.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, we've got Joe is here. I just saw.
Yeah, so I just had to say, okay, questions are closed, or putting in your dates or whatever is closed for now, because we're at 55 minutes. And I think there's 10. So we're trying to get to as many as we can. Okay, so Sonia did put in the numbers, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing Joe right now because that's just the first one I saw.
Joe, let me see. Joe Eliza?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You are master number 2911, meaning that you have ideas, some of which you could share and change the world, some of which you don't want to tell anyone because you can get out there. You can do off-planet. Your soul did not originate on Earth. It was Alpha Centauri, Beta Centauri, all of that stuff, because master numbers, especially like the 11s, just aren't Earthers, but they can play one on TV.
Yes.
So look up on the internet, what does a master number 11 mean in numerology, and you'll get a better answer than I can give right here real quick. And who's the next one?
Okay, let me see. The next one, let me go up to the top, is
hello, BJ. 1855. Gosh, what a beautiful picture. Mm-hmm. So for your personal year, I'm going to add up your day of birth and your month of birth and add 8. And that means you're a 7, just like me, a 7 personal year, meaning you're going to feel more like moving inside yourself to be closer to God instead of expressing outside yourself. Instead of going out to touch God, you stay in and God visits you. It's like that. But you have to stay, your morals and ethics have to stay in alignment. The minute you try and cut corners on that, life gets a little complicated. But it doesn't look like, by your picture, that you look like a corner cutter. And you are 32/5, meaning that you are, if you lived your life loosey-goosey, like, oh, I missed my plane. Oh, the kid fell down. I had to take him to emergency. Oh, and just it's part of the day, that type of thing. You had a good life, and you're going to continue to have a good life. The problem with the 5, there's something interesting about life path 5 I really just want to quickly get to, and that is a single person who is 5. I find this a lot with the younger people dating. A single person that's a 5 life path. It's been my experience that they non-verbally ask their partner or the person they're dating how much that person loves them by pushing them away, seeing if they come back, push them away. If they pursue them after they've pushed away, then they start falling in love, but they don't really show that part of themselves. So that's where it gets hard, but once you marry a 5 life path, for the most part, you can't get rid of them. Once they get to that
That's it.
altar, there's like gum on your pants. You can't get rid of them. And they turn into the nicest, most. But the reason a 5 has trouble is because it's hard for them to find their freedom inside of a commitment. So, but that's that's what 5s are.
There you
That's
go.
great. Next one.
Perfect. And next one
Thank you,
is,
BJ.
yeah, is
Leah.
Leah. Man, she's got the exact time too.
You know, when I do soul realignments, I do latitude, longitude, all that stuff, and I also do numerology on mine, not your social security number. I just do numerology everywhere.
Oh,
You
beautiful.
are a 7, also a 7 personal year, meaning the same thing I mentioned before, aligning with the good side, the good side of you. Not cut corners ethically, morally. You're a 32, 5. Oh my God, they're both the same. Not the same birthday. But isn't this interesting? It happens a
Yeah.
lot where we get these clusters of the same numbers.
Yeah.
So, Leah, you are a 7 personal year. You can look that up online. And a 32/5 life path. So you can look that up online. But whatever I said before kind of goes with Leah. And
Yeah.
I'm ready for the next one.
All righty. And next one is we have Sharon, strawberry rheubarb.
I love that. She's so pretty. Look at that wonderful hair. Oh, okay. You look so young. Okay, I got it right.
Barely 29.
Yes. So you're
Barely.
having a 3 personal year, which means all of a sudden, when you have the urge, let me find out. Wait a minute before I do this, because I got something to tell you. Just a second. 1954. Another 5, a 23/5. So you're already into this. I was going to say, if you're a conservative number like a 4, it's kind of a quiet 8 or something like that, I would say that you'll have plenty of opportunity to just crack the room up. I mean, you are already that way. 5s are always quite good looking. A lot of the 5s, it's just a good looking group of people. Yeah. And so they're more comfortable in front of the camera than behind it. If you find that that's not true for you, that's your upbringing. It's not who you are. Right. And, but this year is going to be like a vacation year. And sure, things are going to come up that you're not going to care about. But the trick to a 3 personal year is to just be casual about it. Oh, well, I owe a little more. I'll pay it sometime. Don't go down the rabbit hole. And that's the trick to a beautiful 3 personal year.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And we've got Sherry.
Sherry. Hello, Sherry.
June 30th.
Okay, so you are an, oh, wow. Okay, so you are an 8 personal year inside an 8 universal year. The bad part of that is that you're going to feel under the gun to create something wonderful. And my business isn't growing fast enough. And I've invested and it's not growing. Everything's too slow for you. But so the good part is that you can manifest really, really fast this year. The bad part is that you can manifest really, really fast. So if you find yourself confused, life is going to offer that to you. So if you find yourself kind of in a bad mood, really take note of that and say, whoa, I got to get to the gym. I got to eat some pie. It's pie day.
Yeah.
So, or something to bring myself out of this. And I used to use sugar a lot for that, and you are a 29/11. So whatever you feel you have created, that you have, you will be able to create and produce into the world, bring it into a tarot deck or whatever you want to do, a book, whatever. If that isn't your bag, then you would be able to create something for Etsy or there's only one way to get money in your life, one way, and that is from another person. There's really just a couple ways to ask another person for money, and that's either service or product. Either one you choose, Sherry, is going to profit you this month. And I'm going to go one half a second longer on this, is because whatever you produce, you could earn $10,000 in 1 month, and your tendency would say, oh, but can I do that next month? You see, so watch that about your self-talk, because life is going to give you whatever. So dream that cruise. You could be, I see you're tracing with spirit. You're a fellow advisor. Do it on a cruise ship, or start signing up for events.
She reads Akashic. Yeah, she reads the Akashic
records. The Akashic. Okay, so that's not, you can't do that on cruise. Well, I guess you could, but it'd be privately. So, but whatever you choose to do, Spirit has spoken to you already. And so just meditate on that. Mm-hmm. Yes. That would be good.
Yeah, very much.
She's Akashic Records.
Very much. And she
knows about off-planet stuff. She knows about Alpha Centauri and Beta Centauri and Pleiades, all of that stuff.
Yes, she does.
Sure. Okay.
We've got Jeannie Kavanaugh.
Okay. So you are having a 9 personal year. This is when you just declutter and get things, if you're living with a low down cheating daddy, this is the year to get rid of him. 19. Again, 32/5. You've got quite an audience here. They're very sharp, very funny, very educated, and beautiful on top of it.
Yeah.
So same thing I said about 5s go for you too. Jeannie, thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Love it when that happens. And it does, right? Why do people make it to certain shows? Because there's messages there for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Amanda.
Yeah. I'll do yours real quick here. Personal year of 5. It's going to be interesting. Oh, okay. So this year is going to be very good for you. You are a 25/7, meaning you're very bright, not just for whatever you chose to do in life, but you can put together numbers, and you're the geniuses. 7 life path numbers are the geniuses of the world. And then having a 5 personal year means sometimes 7 life path people can get concentrating on one thing. It's like, don't bother me. Don't bother me. Yeah. Life is going to bother you this year. It's going to come in and say, please pay attention to this situation. So the trick to this year is going to be try and welcome whatever's in front of you as just not being a waste of time. Not being a waste of time. Because that's what you're being tested for this year. But you are a smart one. For sure.
There you go.
Amanda is a genius.
Yeah. And it's funny because I just did a quick thing, and I'm a life path 1, but in year 5. So
in a year 5, okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? Year 5.
Okay.
Now, I want to caution everybody when they get to their 5 personal year and you go online and say, oh, I wonder what it is in store for me. You're going to have all this negativity because nobody likes change and 5s represent change, just like in the tarot, all the 5s are change. But don't think of change as being an inconvenience. Just like before, it's like, look at it and say, this is not a waste of time. I'm going to graciously accept something has changed and we'll just go to Mexican instead of Chinese. It can get that little. And but one life path is awesome. That's what makes your channel so unique, because you bring a bit of uniqueness to and calmness, and there's something about you that has that, and you're the first one to try it. Well, maybe I'll try this. Maybe I'll create an oracle deck. Maybe I'll do that. Is all just top drawer stuff, and that's what we're all looking for, something new. And you were it.
Oh, thank
You
you.
are it.
Thank you. And I think I'm one of the few kind of 5-year person that I love change, because I really do live by that motto: nothing changes if nothing changes.
Yeah.
So you have to look. I find it exciting doing new things and testing out the boundaries and whatnot. I find that very exciting. So
and if I had known you were a 1 life path, I wouldn't have freaked out so much by missing the time for this show. But there are some that will never forget that, right? And I just assume everyone's going to hold it. But I can see now, you just like, oh, whoa, things are going to happen the way they're going to happen. Awesome. You're going to have a great year. Sooner you learn that, the better.
Yes. Okay. And here's our last one.
Okay.
Here we go.
Cat Mama, I love you. Yes, I know Cat Mama. I've done I think you are a 7. So you're in a 1 personal year. Or maybe you're 11. Now this is what my mind does.
Well, you know what? After a while,
you're a 7.
Yeah.
So a 35-7, I knew it, and I always remember it because I think one time you came on when I had people come in to invite them into the show. And I think you came on and I was doing your numbers and I thought, that is one smart person. And it's like, you can hear something on the news once and you remember it correctly. I don't remember things correctly. So I have to go with my tribe and say, is that right?
Yeah.
But Cat Mama, 7 life path, a genius. Genius. Yeah.
Very, 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 very creative in a lot of ways. Like I think that Claudia probably, even though she would say that, she doesn't really like change, but I think secretly she looks for it because she can find ways to take advantage of it. It's kind of like, okay, you're going to throw that at me? No problem. Watch me make that work.
I would hate to have a debate with her or any 7 because they are prepared. Now, this isn't something they learned to do. This is something they were born to do. And so like, for instance, I'm going to Andrew Weissman, who always goes on MSNBC. He's an attorney and he does all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought, I wonder who he is. He looks and sounds like a 7. This is how you learn numbers. So I went and got his numbers. Sure enough, he's a 7. And it's so fun and even characters on TV, like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, that's the reversed page of swords. I mean, I just connect things like that so you can remember. Oh, the reverse Judge Judy. That is the
Yes.
reverse Queen of Swords. That means a very mean Judge Judy. If it's upright, it's very smart Judge Judy. But that's how you remember things and to get things going.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Perfect. Oh, this has been very, very much fun. I am so glad that you were able to join me. We'll have to do this again.
I'd love to.
Looking forward to seeing the Russian deck.
I'll have to have some vodka.
Absolutely.
We have vodka day.
Absolutely. And we can all speak in a Russian accent. We can all.
Oh, yes. 2nd Street, Siberia. Does that sound Russian?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So for those of you that have joined us here, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that you're here. Don't forget 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Come on back, because Sherry, Trancing with Spirit, is going to be joining me, and she's going to be doing Akashic Records reading, and I'm going to be doing tarot readings and intuitive readings as to how you can take advantage of some of the things that come up in your Akashic. So there you go. And Debra, always a pleasure.
It's so fun. Thank you for your patience and your graciousness with me messing up.
Not to worry. Not to worry. We handled it.
Thank you so much, everybody. I really enjoyed myself.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we'll definitely plan on doing it again next month, and maybe we can make this a regular thing. What do you think?
I'd love it.
You look at it. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone. We'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank